Demolitions are the new crystal ball. And here's what the wrecking ball is really telling us about Aussie property. That's right, folks. You want to know where the next suburb boom is hiding? Because here's the truth, guys. Don't follow property influencers, except me, because I roast them. And also on top of that, don't even follow the media and news. I want you to follow the wrecking balls. And right now you might be scratching your head, what the hell, what do you mean wrecking balls, Q? Because if boomers are bulldozing million-dollar homes in blue chip postcodes just to build bigger ego mansions, that's not just vanity, guys. That's a signal. And that's a signal that the land is now the main dish. And if you're a serious property investor like myself, and like many of my followers are watching this video, if you're not watching the demolition data, you're investing blindfolded. Today in that property roast, I'm going to walk you through why demolitions are actually investment breadcrumbs. And also I'm going to talk about the 5 best city suburbs being rebuilt from the ground up and why that matters. And following after that, I'm going to talk about the 5 worst suburbs you should avoid unless you like bleeding equity. And just like always, I'm going to talk about my client wins and also the facepalm level failures. And while I'm at that, I also will tell you how to turn these wrecking ball suburbs into real strategy using simple maths. In this episode, guys, it's for anyone who's tired of getting scraps and want to learn how real players build wealth while most Aussies are stuck watching the block reruns. Firstly, guys, pay attention. When they start tearing down million-dollar homes, you know the land is king. Right now, guys, in Sydney's north and inner west, homes that sold for $2 million 5 years ago, right now they're being bulldozed. Like, check this out, guys. Ku-ring-gai tops New South Wales demo list. As of last year, they have 287 knockdowns. And while you're thinking about that, I want you to think about Kalara, Gordon, Parramatta. These aren't tear-down suburbs. These are tennis courts, Range Rover, 4-bathroom suburbs. As Ray White's Nerida Conisby said, quote, demolitions happen where vacant land is scarce and confidence is high, end quote. Right now, guys, let me give you the 5 top demo hotspots in Sydney right now. Number 1, Kilara. It has a bloody high block size, good schools, like I'm talking about 800 square meter plus land. Next on the list is Gordon. Like, I don't know about you, but I feel like Gordon has a boom bust proof vibe. Like, it's a duplex gold mine if you think about it. Next is Concord in the inner west. Like, you can simply just buy a piece of land and build a duplex and sell it for $4 million. That is basically how easy it is in Concord. Next, we have Paddington. Now, right now I'm seeing a lot of terrace rebuilds, now valued higher than their original heritage costs. And another on this list is Beecroft. And as you know, Beecroft is like a very leafy suburb, very quiet, and in there has a lot of high income downsizers, the bloody boomers. But then, guys, let's not get discouraged by these bloody boomers. Let me give you a millennial win story. Like one of my clients, Alex. He's 39 years old. He's an architect. He makes about $210,000 a year. He bought a tier 3 3-bedroom in Concord in 2021 for $1.95 million. We helped him secure a construction loan. He knocked it down and he built 2 duplexes for $1.65 million in total. Just recently, he sold one for $2.2 million. And the other one, well, he kept it. Old mate over here just walked away with $1.1 million in equity uplift in under 24 months. And just last week, my team helped him refinance and unlock equity for his next project in Roseville. And I'm telling you guys, that's how the rich get richer and beat the boomers. They don't beat them with old money like those boomers have. They beat them with the bulldozer and the wrecking ball. Secondly, guys, now let's look at the 5 worst city suburbs I would not touch right now, especially if you're looking for gentrification uplift or knockdown rebuild upsides. Number 1, Blacktown. Oversupply, guys. And most importantly, very small block size. Next on the list is Leppington. All the houses over there are cookie cutter styles, and the land over there is oversupply. Thirdly on the list is Riverstone. Not because it's bad, but because all the infrastructure promises that the government says, they're not coming, and I don't think they're delivering very soon. And then next on the list is 50 Shades Old Mount Druitt. It has rising prices, but according to the data, very little demo activity or density movement. And next on this list is Bardia. I think for me, a lot of clients were like, hey, what about Bardia? Nah, man, it's too new. Not enough cycle history for me to crack the fortune cookie and tell you a positive future. And now on the topic of future, let me tell you a client nightmare story here. We have a couple over here, Tom and Mary, obviously not their real names, but real story. These guys are tech workers earning $180,000 combined. They bought a off-the-plan property in Leppington in 2021. As of value today, when it comes to settlement, it is now only worth $645,000. And back then, when they didn't see my videos, they were speaking to another mortgage broker that worked with like another real estate agent, obviously all grouped in to make them buy this property. What they didn't see is, besides being sold the story, oh, you're an early adopter, you'll get a lot of capital growth by buying early. What they should have done before buying in this area is look at the demolition data. There's practically very little knockdown rebuilds happening in that area. And on top of that, there was no gentrification, and most importantly, there was no trend of the land value overtaking dwelling value. And this is my take, guys. If the only thing growing in your suburb is the grass growing around the display homes, you're not investing, guys, you're speculating. And thirdly, in this video, as promised, let's do the maths. This is gentrification in real time. Let me do some quick calculations for you. We have a suburb over here, say Killara. You go and buy an old home for $2.25 million. And mind you, a lot of people saying, oh, if I can buy a $2.25 million home, I'll be loaded. Come on, guys. This video isn't for you. I'm talking about the serious property investors that have the coin. And by the way, buying a $2.25 million property in Killara at the moment is kind of bloody hard, but this is a recent example from a client who bought from a very distressed buyer. Now, from the $2.25 million home, the land value is $2,050,000. The build value of the dwelling is $200,000. Add together, $2.25 million, right? You get that maths, right? Now, to knock down the whole house and do a duplex build, it'll cost him $1.75 million. Now, if he done his feasibility correct, which I think he did because he did it with the builder and also he worked with the accountant and financial planner, he could sell each for $2.35 million. But for example, if he kept one and sold the other, the net after sale costs will equal a $700K equity uplift. And plus, at this moment, he now owns a high-end duplex in a premium postcode. And right now, he's got rental income covering the loan interest. That's if he rents out both. Meanwhile, your mate who bought in Campbelltown for the same price is now stuck with a 4-bedroom McMansion that nobody wants to rent at $520 a week. So this is my take, guys. Most Aussies are too obsessed with dwelling features, but the smart ones, they're buying the dirt because the dirt don't depreciate. Fourthly, guys, medium density is coming, but only where the rich wants it. And this is where things get political, right? On paper, Sydney's gentle density push is meant to make housing more affordable. But in reality, medium density approvals are only showing up in postcodes that end with tennis club memberships. Take Paddington, for example, where I don't know whether you heard, but the council allowed zoning to quietly allow duplex conversions last year. And in that area, prices of homes with rear-lane access actually surged by 9.8%, even back then when interest rates were declining. And also, let's not ignore Gordon. From a client of mine who told me they saw a few battle axe lots, they were rezoned for dual occupancy. Like just 2 months ago, my client Vanessa, obviously not her real name, but just to give you an example, she's a 40-year-old single mum. She's earning around like $150,000 as a specialist nurse. She bought an upper fixer house in a good street, but it was pretty bad. She did a knockdown rebuild for $1.78 million. She got approved for that, and she also got a DA approval for a Rio Grande flat. When she's finished with this bill, we're projecting about a $1,700 a week in rent once complete. But again, guys, you'd be scratching your head and go, Q, I don't really have the money. Like, how do I get started? Well, guys, this video isn't for you. This video is for people who already have the capital, have the properties to do the refinance and equity release, and have the income to service that, but have no knowledge where to go. Because that's the sad truth, guys. This video over here isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It's about zoning your information into one laser focus, and the focus is to follow the wrecking ball. So guys, you fit that clientele. For example, you have the income, you have the capital, you just don't know where to go and where to start this strategy. Here are some cheat sheets on how to follow the bulldozers. Number one, guys, before you buy anything or you want to do this type of strategy, which is knockdown rebuilds, I want you to track the demolition data. You can go to the Australian Bureau of Statistics, council websites. I want you to look for suburbs with a high percentage of DA approvals for knockdown rebuilds. If you don't know how to do that, it's very simple. Go to Google, and if you don't know how to do it in Google, just ask ChatGPT. It's that goddamn easy. Next on the list, guys, is I want you to look at premium school zones and also low vacancy but rising prices. And that's it, guys. Just those 3 points. And here's what's wild, guys. According to the Australian Bureau of Statistics, suburbs with demo approvals 30% higher than LGA averages saw a price increase from 18 to 25% faster in the following 2 years. And if you're working with some buyer's agents, for example, some of my clients work with our buyer's agents, they should have this data dashboard that tracks this data for you. And then while they're doing that, we'll pair it with our borrowing power strategies and also with our accountants, the tax smart structures to make all that tax deductible. So guys who have watched thus far, here's my closing perspective. If you want to find the next hot suburb, stop reading headlines, guys. Start watching where the bulldozers are. And most of the time, they're quite bloody obvious. Because I'm telling you right now, guys, where people are willing to erase the past, that's where the future is being printed in equity, guys. And for those of you who are scratching their head and still confused about all these maths, all this data that I'm throwing out at you, I seriously suggest you either book a 15-minute strategy call or a 60-minute deep dive for me to build an A-game holistic lending strategy for you, and then network you to my financial planners, my accountants, and also my respected buyer's agent for us to build an A-game strategy, all independent, for you to do your own due diligence to start the generational wealth in your family and end the generational curse. But hey guys, if you're not ready, just hit the like button for this video, hit the follow button for more videos like this, and most importantly, smash the share button, share this knowledge to your mate, because knowledge is power. And until next time, I'll see you in another episode of That Property Roast.